Quarterback rumors are heating up as the Sharks are circling for one of Georgia's most important current commits, and we gotta break it all down. What's up, guys? I'm Matt Long. Welcome to Georgia Football 365. If you are a Georgia Bulldogs fan, please hit that subscribe button. Only 6.2% of viewers are subscribed to the channel, and it really helps me out a ton. But let's jump right into what we got for today's video, because we are talking about one of the top most important already committed high schoolers to the Georgia Bulldogs, and that of course is going to be Jayden Wade, who is ranked as the #1 quarterback in the 2028 class by 24/7 Sports and the #2 quarterback in 2028 by the 24/7 Sports composite grade. When you are a player that is this highly rated, other schools are going to be going after you. Schools are going to be recruiting you all the way through the whistle. They aren't going to back off just because you announced your intentions to commit to any school. They're going to keep trying to fight. Jayden Wade committed to Georgia on November 16th, 2025, but that has not stopped more schools from going after him. And we have a comment from his manager that reveals exactly which schools we need to be looking out for. Coming from Wade's manager, Evans, he said, "We're still figuring things out," before listing a couple of programs. Michigan, LSU, those are really the two schools, and Ohio State. I don't know if we're taking visits yet. We are honoring the commitment he has, just making sure everything is what it needs to be. This quote coming from On3. So there are our schools: Ohio State, Michigan, and Louisiana State University. Now, the word, commit, in terms of people committing to colleges, means a lot less today than it meant 5 years ago. But what we can take away from the situation is, should Jayden Wade take visits, that's when we would actually have to start worrying. Right now, you got to understand, if you are going to get top players to commit to your program in 2026, other schools are going to go after them, and you got to be willing to stand up to the heat, do whatever you got to do to continue to recruit in your own locker room. I say that with quotation marks because Jayden Wade has not been in the Georgia locker room officially as a Georgia Bulldog, so it's not exactly recruiting in your locker room, but you know what I mean. You got to keep recruiting. You got to keep checking in, keep correspondence up with your players, make sure that everything is going as smoothly as it possibly can. Now, I do appreciate his manager echoing the sentiment that I'm sure is shared by Jayden Wade, which was, I committed somewhere, I'm committed to that school. I want to honor that commitment. And that's the exact right way for you to go about something like this. Like, you committing to something has to mean something, because let's say you flip to LSU, or you flip to Ohio State, you flip to Michigan, then you can be seen as a player that even those schools are going to be like, are we worried about this guy flipping again? Because he's already done it once. A lot of things going around, but Jayden Wade brings a ton to the table. 6'3", 190 pounds, from Bradenton, Florida. And we do have the scouting report from Andrew Ivins about why we should be getting excited about this player. Athletic signal caller that is tested off the charts. We know Georgia wants a dual threat quarterback, and he is going to be a ton of fun once he gets here. Could even be better than Gunner Stockton. Holsters a high caliber arm and can get the ball fast. So, quickly can throw the ball. Great arm combined with that athleticism. There's a reason why this guy's rated as the #1 overall quarterback in the class by many. Taxes defenses in the RPO game and can slip away from pressure. We know Georgia is going to have a robust run game. RPO off of it is that next step. Enter sophomore year with just one varsity start under his belt. A little bit inexperienced, but that will be he will be, of course, more experienced once he comes out and gets on campus in Athens, Georgia. On the older side for the grade, and is well ahead of the curve. So an older guy, we are okay with that. Well ahead of the curve, perfectly fine with that. Projects as a potential difference maker given the tools. I really hope he would project as a potential difference maker, seeing how he's ranked the #1 quarterback in the class. But Jayden Wade is one of two top quarterbacks currently committed to the Georgia Bulldogs. The other one, of course, being Colton Nussmeier, who committed to Georgia about a month ago, or I should say about a month and a half ago, because we're getting towards the end of July here. So almost 2 months ago now, Colton Nussmeier committed to the Georgia Bulldogs. Unfortunately, between then and now, he was ruled ineligible to play high school football for this upcoming year. So he's going to get a jump start on preparing For Georgia, Colton Nussmeier, you're going to recognize the last name if you're an SEC fan. Younger brother of LSU, or I should say former LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier, and son of Doug Nussmeier, the current offensive coordinator for the New Orleans Saints. Colton Nussmeier comes from Denton Ryan High School in Denton, Texas. 6 feet, 3.5 inches tall, 195 pounds, rated as a 4-star by 24/7 Sports, ranked in the top 200 by 24/7, 12th best quarterback, 33rd best player in the state of Texas. He's overall another great recruit. And after the departure of Gunner Stockton, Georgia's quarterback room, the pipeline is set up properly. These are some very, very exciting names that are going to be rolling through the program next. And you got to remember, even on top of these players, the Bulldogs can still go to the transfer portal and pick up an even better quarterback. So in a very, very good position is Kirby Smart and the rest of the Georgia offense. We also have the scouting report for Nussmeier as well, written up by Andrew Ivins, the director of scouting for 24/7 Sports. He writes, towering southpaw with a big arm that comes from a football family. Garrett Nussmeier, Doug Nussmeier, we know all about it. Missed time as a junior with a knee injury, but has plenty of high-level throws on tape over the years. Likes to find a wide base and step into throws. Can generate easy velocity with a longer windup. Sees the field with advanced eyes and is quick to diagnose coverages, slick working off play action with clean fakes, not a true dual threat option, but can evade pressure and build momentum as a scrambler. So overall, a little bit different than Gunner Stockton, maybe closer towards a Carson Beck type of quarterback where you're going to break down defenses from inside the pocket instead of going out and scrambling. So that is what we're going to be looking at here in Nussmeier, but he does have the proper mental traits to be able to bring that sort of skill set to the Georgia offense, as we can see from that third to last bullet point. Sees the field with advanced eyes and is quick to diagnose coverages. In the SEC, you're going to see a bunch of, show single high, swap to too high safety after the football snapped. So you're going to see a ton of different coverages on game day, and you need a quarterback who is brings enough to the table upstairs and is able to diagnose that type of stuff and figure out what kind of defense am I facing, where is the read on this route combination, where's the open man, hit the open man, bang, 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 make those sort of reads fast to make sure Georgia's passing offense can remain at a high level, because Georgia's always going to have a great run game. If we can have a great passing offense on top of that, it's going to be over for the SEC. That's going to be more SEC championships and hopefully more national championships as well for the Georgia Bulldogs. So 2 very exciting quarterback recruits here. Just going to have to make sure we are hanging on to Jayden Wade. Now, one last update here for this video. We are 2 days out from the July 31st commitment announcement for safety Seth Williams. We are hearing it is between the Clemson Tigers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Now, Williams does carry a crystal ball prediction to be going to Clemson. That does not bode well for Georgia, but we are hearing behind the scenes that it is much closer to 50-50 than a lot of these crystal ball predictions usually are. Usually, 24/7 Sports is on the money with these predictions, and rarely do you see one be wrong, but this is one that we can watch the commitment, hold our breath, and feel like there's actually a realistic chance that our team can make this commitment happen. Seth Williams, 6'2", 180 pounds, 4-star recruit, according to 24/7 Sports, who has him in the top 250 in the class. He is in the class of 2027, where I believe Adrian Cole still remains the only committed defensive back in that class. So we're going to have to make something happen at that position. Kirby Smart as a former defensive back, he's going to have a plan, and that plan might just be transfer portal, but you'd love to see more at either safety or corner for the Bulldogs in that 2027 recruiting class, which is not over. Recruiting's about to calm down, but that's not over yet. But this video is over. That's what I got for this one. If you stuck around this long, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video all the way through. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Go Dogs!